All right, let's see if that works now. Oh, I think it's live. Okay. You'll have to let me know in the chat if this is live, if you can see this. It just was throwing a bunch of errors when I was trying to start the stream. So hopefully you can hear me and hopefully you can see me so that we can properly get started with this. Hey, 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 3D Musketeers. What's up, dude? I hopefully will be in your neck of the woods at some point this summer. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe at some point this year. I don't know if it'll be this summer or not. Hey, everybody. Yeah, okay, it is live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can hear and you can see. Let me know if the audio is okay, if you can see everything okay. I can't tell if it's too bright or not. Let me get off the stool here. Very excited to get this unboxed. They've basically, I think, sent me a whole bunch of stuff that I'm assuming is a whole bunch of the UV resin or different UV resins. I don't know. And then there's two other larger boxes that I'm not entirely sure what's all inside of those. I have only watched a few videos sparingly on this machine. I probably should have done a little bit more research before jumping into the live stream, like the unboxing and the setup. So we're going into this completely blind. So apologies to anybody here. You'll have to bear with me. All I know is that I need to do a firmware update on the machine before I start printing anything. That was the only message that I was sent. So we're gonna walk through this together. This is not sponsored or anything like that. I know they have been sponsoring a ton of different videos. I will eventually be doing a video on this. I have a very specific project in mind. Again, not sponsored. I'm just excited to test it out, especially in conjunction with printing on 3D prints and some of the different makes and things that I can do with this. My original project idea, someone else here on YouTube ran with the exact same idea. Well, theirs was different, but the same concept where they use this to UV print directly on Legos to make their own custom Legos. And it was so much better than anything that I was planning on putting together. Like, it was so well shot and edited. I don't even remember who the creator was. I think I followed them, though, after seeing that post from them. It was just really fantastic. They ended up making some custom Power Ranger Lego figures, which were just, it turned out so much better than what I was planning. Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. This is like a really impromptu, random stream. Had an early dinner, so decided to jet back over here and see if we could get a stream going. I don't have my air conditioner on at the moment, and I might regret that. Let me see if I can pop this chat out so that I can see if I can make this larger. How do I do this again? Yeah, there we go. I got it. I got the text larger. I even have a... So I bought a monitor stand that I think is technically for classrooms. It's like one of those things that you'd see teachers wheel around on a TV on a stand, so that I could not have to rely on my laptop when doing live streams. I could have like a larger view of that and then the chat, which would be cool. And I still haven't set that up, and that's I've had that for a while now. Yes. Thank you so much, Robert, for mentioning the creator. Yeah, Tiago Catarina is the one that did the Lego UV printed Lego figures, and it honestly, they turned out so good. I can't remember if he created or if they created like a custom mount for the. I think they did. I think they made like a custom mount for the Lego figures so that they lay flat. That was one of the challenges that I know that can be with this, is that you have to have everything sort of flat or parallel to the bed when printing on it. But this is just going to be like a potentially really cool thing. And if you haven't, by the way, I looked at their Kickstarter campaign. I think it was like the day that it launched, or maybe it was like the day after it launched, and it had multi-million backing. It was like 8 million backers or something crazy like that within the first 24 hours. Now it is almost, what is it? It's almost 34 million in backing for this. That's almost 14,000 people have backed this. What I think is really cool about what they've done with this campaign, by the way, EUFY Make is Anchor Make rebranded. So like the Anchor Make M1 3D printer, I think that's what it was called, Anchor Make M1. I'm trying to remember. I'm remembering what the original name was that I had to correct when I originally did. I loved that printer. That was my like Etsy workhorse for a while. And I'm excited to see how they've done with this, but they've literally sent this out to so many different people, which is like a really, in my opinion, a very positive way to go forward with doing any kind of Kickstarter campaign. If you have a product that you can get into as many people's hands to show off, feedback, all that good stuff. Because I'm sure there's stuff that has been worked on and revised along the way with this. I apologize. I have not been looking at the chat here. So hi, everybody. Yeah, so we are gonna get this unboxed and set up, and then we're gonna check out what's in all the other boxes. I don't know how far along in this we're gonna get, honestly, but I'm sort of racing against the clock, and I talk a lot here, which is fun. Oh, hold on. Bam Bam Brian, when you get ready to mount the Rancor, don't use the 3M strips. No joke. So here's the, if you didn't see, I think I did some shorts on this. This was on the K2 Plus that I 3D printed, this Rancor skull. This is by Hex 3D. It is awesome. And I need to get it wall mounted and paint. Well, first I'm gonna get this all painted. I've got the backing for it as well over here. Sorry, I'm walking away from you guys like you can see me. I didn't bring my DJI over here so that it could actually track me, but this is the mount for it on the back. And actually I can hang it with this. So that should hopefully alleviate my command strip issue. I have been using heavy-duty command strips for a while now on a lot of the stuff that I've been hanging on the walls. And so far it's worked really well until the Juggernaut statue fell and broke in some parts. So, but it was up there for like 2 years. That's not bad. I think it's just gotten hot in here and it's worn away some of the stickiness. Hello. Yeah, EP Man, I need to check out his video. I just met him at Rapid TCT. Oh, he is in here. Hey, EP Man, what's going on, dude? Yeah, so yeah, the one thing that I was wondering, Three Musketeers, if you guys can let me know, apologies, I have not done much research on this, and I really should have. My biggest question in all of this was going to be the consumables and how much that was going to cost. So they've sent over. So I've got a whole bunch of white, and it looks like, I don't know what these other ones are. A cleaning cartridge. I don't know what the G is. I'm assuming W stands for white because I've heard you need a good amount of the white UV ink for this when it prints, because if it's not, like, it's got to lay down the layer of white before it can lay down the colors, so you're going to burn through a bunch of white. But that was my big question, is the pricing on this. So Hellspawn, thanks. Monthly maintenance cost, which is pretty awesome, but it's a monthly maintenance cost of $125 to $175. Yeah, that's not including the ink costs while using the machine. Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, this clearly is being marketed, in my opinion, towards the maker community, people that are making and selling stuff on things like Etsy and local maker fair type things. I can envision this being wildly popular with its ability to print stuff. So let us take a look at this and get this unboxed while I'm chatting away with y'all. Agreed. I think, EP Man, yeah, it's from everything that I've heard, this is like drastically more affordable than a lot of the other UV printers. And what's really funny to me is, I don't know about some of the other makers and content creators that are here in the chat. Ever since this came out, I have been hit up by, I think, at least 2 or 3 other companies about checking out their UV printers, and they're not desktop size. They look like these massive pieces of equipment, that honestly, I don't know if I would even want, because it looks like it's going to take up so much space compared to this, which seems like much more of a realistic real estate space or maybe printing space of what I'd be interested in printing with versus some gigantic printer. But yeah, here is, everything's kind of Velcroed in. I do like that they actually had the packaging pretty well put together for this. Oh my goodness. Stuff's already falling out. I don't mind breaking a 3D printer glass door, but I do not I do not want to break my laptop as I'm spilling stuff right here. Yeah, most UV printers are massive. So, all right. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff. By the way, this box was heavy. So just to give you a heads up, I'm assuming, yeah, this is going to be the extra bed, it looks like. The extra platform, that longer platform that I've seen. Oh my goodness. Is that like a little top thing? I don't know. Oh, here we go. A quick start guide. Very big quick start guide. It looks like there's a mobile app as well that I can download. So I'll be referencing this here shortly. Okay, I'm gonna stick this out of the way. Thank you, Mr. Potato. It is fun doing the lives. I have to say it's really fun. It's a bit chaotic for me, honestly, to do the live. I never know what the heck I'm doing 9 times out of 10. But it's fun. You guys get to walk along the process with me. So I'm sure there was probably a better way to do this, but all right. It's, ooh, that is fancy. I will say, they're like, this is, I mean, honestly, this is much better packaging than I was anticipating from them with a product that is, oh my goodness, this thing is so heavy. Jesus. Okay. This has got to be like 30, 40 pounds? It's got to be about 40 pounds. It's about 40 pounds. Okay, there's that. Let me set this off to the side here. Okay, what's in the box? I've got the printer, the standard flatbed, the standard adhesive mat, and a quick start guide. That was in that first box. And then I think inside here are UV goggles, a power adapter, power cable, hex key, free substrates, an air filter, okay, what is this? Oh, I already peeled it off. It says peel off. So this was box A. I'm guessing one of these is box B? I don't know. We'll get to that when we get to it. So it says it's got, box B is UV ink cartridges and cleaning cartridge. Yeah, Hellspawn. Yeah, it goes through a cleaning kit every 1 to 2 months. Then the print head has a 3-month warranty, but they offer UV care for $400 a year. Then it loses ink daily during the cleaning, $2 per day. Wow. That is roughly, is there like, are you able to like disassemble it so it's not doing the cleaning every day? I'm assuming so if you're like, you're not planning on, like, if I set this up, because here's how I do things. I don't print with everything. Like I have a bajillion different machines in here, some of which haven't been touched in over a year, but I'll still, eventually I might use them. So I'm assuming there's like, you can just shut it down, but I guess it's the ink is the ink will dry up potentially. We'll see. Yeah. If you're using it as a small business, yeah, I think you'd easily recoup that. But as just a hobby unit, it could be fairly expensive. But again, I think that's probably what this is gunning for, are the people that are actually looking to run this with a business. Oh, it's got a whole bunch of stickers here that I can remove. Remove this. There is also, I should probably look at this quick start guide. Holy moly. I like that it's massive. Like they gave a really big quick start guide. So that's always nice. We'll get to it here. Yes, after 3 days it hibernates. Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. Remove before use. Holy schmokies. Oh, 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 oh. I am pretty excited to set this up. This potentially could be really cool for a lot of different cosplay projects as well. I've also seen some really great examples of how high it can print, like the texture of it. Even though it's not a 3D printer, it can definitely print a bit in 3D, which is really cool versus just a flat UV printer or just a flat printer. Okay, let's get this. I'm gonna go from the front and the back. Shoot, was I supposed to? I saw styrofoam in there. Oh, well, we'll figure this out. We'll figure it out together. More packing. Oh, okay, here's the box that I was mentioning before. Here is a bag of magic beans. Decacent? I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know what this is. This is printing test reference area. Okay. Okay, I'm going to save this. It looks like I need to stick this on something. Yeah. Cyberdeck. Nice. You got the Key Max 3. Took 7 minutes. My Key Max 3 is still sitting over there. And mine, every time I try to print with it, it smells really weird. Like, almost like something's burning, and that's why I haven't really ever shown it off. So, I haven't really, I've been too afraid to leave it here running. So, that's something. Oh, okay, here's some little test tiles that it came with. It came with 3 of these little, I think, ceramic test tiles. I'm assuming that's test tiles? Test tiles? It's a fun word to say. Test tiles? Test tiles? Test tile. Let me not get banned from YouTube Live for using inappropriate language. No. Ningano 3D. I'm getting that thing re-hung up. That is, and by the way, it's right, oh my gosh, I'm gonna knock my coffee over. My iced coffee. It is right here. If you didn't see, I posted a bunch of, I made a short thing on YouTube and a bunch of other platforms. So this was permanently mounted on the wall. I think I printed this on the X1 Carbon, I think, when it first came out. And I had command strips having this hung up on the wall. And this, normally you can see Juggernaut's head and helmet here. It looks like he's bursting through a brick wall. But yeah, it fell today, and just kind of shattered. So that's that. But I'm definitely getting that repaired and hung back up. All right, I need to figure out where all of this stuff goes. So apologies as I do the do, as they say. Okay. Place the print on a flat, stable desk that allows enough space around it. You need enough room, 40 centimeters in the front and back, and left or right. You need a lot of room on all around, basically. Okay, it's got a, sorry, I'm just looking at the, this is a really nice quick start guide. I like the big, it's not like a pamphlet, it's a big piece of paper. A big heavy duty paper. This kind of reminds me of, if anybody has a Secret Lab chair that you've purchased, which are ridiculously expensive, but I've had mine for like, I think 6 years now, and it was well worth the money. you get one of these as well. It's talking about the setup. Just sort of reminding me of that. Okay, lift the top cover and remove the protective foam inside. Yeah, I screwed that up already. How do you press and slide? Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. Holy moly. Okay. Cool. All right, just so you guys can all see this as well. So on the top, having flashbacks. This is plastic doors. We're good. Having flashbacks though. On the top here is the CMYK. White and what in the world? What is what? Can someone explain to me what does G stand for? CMYK. White, and is it gray? Is that what it is? Francisco, what camera I'm using right now is the Sony ZV-E1, and that's the same camera that I use for all of my videos for the most part. I don't always stream with this camera because it easily overheats. It's also not a camera I would necessarily recommend to buy to record with because it overheats after about 30 minutes of usage. I have a fan that I had to buy that attaches to the back of the camera that allows me to use it for longer than 30 minutes at a time. It gives me about an hour and a half to 2 hours of usage before it'll overheat and shut down. Oh, gloss. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So then, okay, lift the top cover, remove the foam inside, then close the cover securely. Okay, oops, I already missed that step. It goes like this. I guess that is secure. Okay. Take out the accessory box and gently close the doors. I have removed all of that. Okay, let's get this powered up here, which is always a good sign. They sent me the US plug. You'd be surprised when you get into making content for companies and showing off stuff that they produce. If it's electronics, you'd be surprised how often you will get a European plug and not one that works with the good old America outlets. Holy macaroni. Yeah, Secret Lab chair. My buddy, so my buddy that lives near me was working for my studio here, and I bought a second Secret Lab chair off of Facebook Marketplace from somebody in Buffalo, a Batman Secret Lab chair, and it's my office chair that I use here. So when I'm working here and editing and whatnot, that's the chair I have. But at home, I've had one for like forever, and I love it. But anyways, he came here and was working. He was like, I got to get one of these chairs. He was like, this chair is so nice. It's like, it's honestly the best chair for if you're going to be sitting in something for such a long period of time. You might as well get something that's not going to hurt your back or your rear end. It's just awesome. Okay, so on the side, oh wow, okay. So connect the main to the mains, then press the power button to turn it on. By the way, there is an Ethernet adapter on the side, which is nice. Not that I have a bajillion Ethernet ports and nothing's set up to be Etherneted. Press the power button to turn it on. The power indicator will glow green. I mean, is it, I think it's on? I think it's on. Anybody know if like it's green? It's showing that the light is green. I'm assuming it's on. But there's no, as far as I can tell. Oh, there we go. It just needed a second to start up apparently. Okay, this is step 5 for the back, and I think this goes on the back, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure that out here. We'll get to this. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Install all 6 UV ink cartridges in the correct... Okay, so I need to figure out where my ink cartridges are. Okay, let's set this to the side a little bit. Man, I can't believe how heavy that thing is. It's very deceiving with how heavy that is. It doesn't look like it would be that heavy, but it is. It's a chonker. Like, there must be cinder blocks on the bottom of it. I don't like. What in the world? It's you know what? They're using those all metal frames from the Anchor Makes. All right, I'm gonna set that on the ground just so we have some room. Okay, and then if you when you power it off, you'll need to hold the power button a few seconds, even if it's green. Okay. Good to know. And I got some protective eyewear for this, which is good to add to my protective eyewear collection. Ooh, and it came with a little lens cleaner. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hellspawn, thank you so much. Yeah. Hellspawn mentioned to not tip the machine once you have the inks installed. Whose video? I was just watching somebody's video. I can't remember who it was that I was watching, and they mentioned that they moved and went somewhere, and they'd packed up the machine, and it had tipped over, and the ink got spilled out, and I think they ended up getting it all fixed up and cleaned up, but it just caused a mess. So thank you. Yeah. Oh, EUFY Man, yeah, thanks. It has a cast aluminum body. That explains why it's so heavy. It is literally the same thing that they did with the Anchor Make M5. That's what it was, the Anchor Make M5. Did I say M1, M5, M1? There's two different Anchor Make printers. Hopefully, spoiler alert, let me know, EUFY Man, how's the software for this? Because that is the other big concern that I had. Like, the Anchor Makes were awesome. The slicers, on the other hand, were okay. It's usable, but I'd prefer not to use the slicers if I had to. So hopefully the software for this. Yeah, it was Nathan Builds Robots. Yes, thank you, Hellspawn. Yeah, Iceman. Yeah, this is the EUFY Make E1. I swear I know what I'm talking about here. This is the UV printer that's over on Kickstarter. This thing has a bajillion backers on it. They sent me one to check out. I have a really specific project in mind that's going to be a mixture of 3D printing and using this to do something really cool that I don't think I've seen anybody do just yet. So we'll see. But it's basically, this allows you to print like vibrant images in 2D, but also it's kind of 3D because it can provide 3D texture-ish. So you can get a few millimeters of layering. It's almost like what you can do with HueForge, but with not 3D printing. It's a lot faster to do. It's using UV ink cartridges, and you can have a ton of different vibrant options for it. Let's see. Okay, so let me, that's what I was gonna do. I know these are the inks. I kind of wanted to see what was in these other boxes before I get too far along here, just in case. I don't know what's what in any of these. Okay, good. I couldn't remember if I burnt away the address labels. I'm a relatively private person, everybody. I've grown into a hermit status over the past handful of years. Oh, this is fancy looking. More fancy packaging inside here. Okay, let me get this out of here. Lots of protective stuff. So this is the, oh, cool. This is the rotary attachment. So I did not bring my my Yeti, but I believe I'm gonna plan on doing my logo directly on that. Oh, cool. And they sent me a laminating machine. Oh my gosh. So bubble free with easy print removal. I can tell you right now, I will not get to this tonight, but man, this is going to be, so that's really cool. That's really nice. Okay. I also just got a Cricut for back in February that I still haven't used. My wife is going to kill me because she got that for me after I specifically asked for a Cricut for my birthday because I wanted to print a bunch of logo stuff. This is really cool. So the rotary printing attachment, it auto levels out your device, your item, so your tumblers or coffee cups. Man, that is really cool. I'm excited to check. I don't know if it'll focus on this or not. It looks like it is, but you can kind of see what that's doing there, where it'll take that and self-level it out and then allow you to print directly on those tumblers or coffee cups. And I have a ton of coffee cups, so I wouldn't mind making some of my own custom ones. So all right, I know these are UV inks, so we'll get to that here in a second. This is another gigantic, oh my gosh. Oh. Sorry, I'm going to put this on the ground here. A lot of packaging material. Okay. Standard adhesive matte 5-pack. Okay, so this is what this is. I don't know still what this is. Standard adhesive matte. So I got a 5-pack of these. They sent a 5-pack of these, so it looks like you can buy extra of these. So I'm guessing as if you just want to print on smaller things. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll get to it. So I'll leave that there. Ooh. Oh, this looks like it's a big accessory box. Light art painting. No idea what that. Oh, cool. So it's a light box. So it looks like I can print directly on acrylic panels, and then it'll have a light behind it to light up. So kind of like a lithophane without the 3D printing. So I can actually do some kind of cool stuff with that. I have a gift idea already in mind with that for a friend. And they sent over some tape, so I'm assuming I can tape some stuff down to the bed, maybe? I did email them or my contact there, because I did have a question. I wasn't sure if I could actually use this to print on t-shirts, and they said more than likely no, but it might be possible depending on the material of the t-shirt and I guess what UV ink I'm working with. So again, it's gonna be something that I'm gonna play around with because I think that would be kind of cool. I was also interested in seeing if I could, with conjunction with the rotary tool here, if I could design like a 3D printable, again, this is all depending on if it can work on a certain type of fabric. I was like, oh, it would be really cool if I could like make my own custom hat with like some way to secure the hat in place so that it would fit on this, but sort of be strapped to the hat. If that makes any kind of sense. And then I could print on the front of the hat. Again, no idea if that'll work. No idea. This is all going to be a fun little experiment. Oh, okay. So this is so for the larger print bed, here are larger adhesive mats. There's a 5-pack mat. It looks like these are that. EP Man, okay, thank you. It says no to the fabric. No to the fabric. I have a feeling it would just kind of like seep through the fabric and not kind of print on the fabric, but I'm still going to try it out. So we'll make a mess of something, that's for sure. Oh, they said it cracks when you bend it. Okay, Sunbound, thank you. Oh, you know what I could no, that wouldn't work. I was thinking maybe I could do like No, it would be too complicated. I was gonna say I could do a TPU on a print, and then I could print with this on top. That'd just be too much. That's too much work. Okay, they also, geez, Louise. Okay, literally, it looks like they sent me every accessory that looks like they might be offering. This is a wood wall art 5-pack. It looks like it's just a bunch of wood in here that you can print on. Oh, this is nice. Actually, it's like a frame. Looks like a picture, but a frame, a wood frame. That's nice. I was actually I feel like a really good store for this product to hunt for stuff is like the Dollar Tree, to find some really inexpensive stuff to potentially print on, because they always seem to have lots of different options here. Oh, this is gonna be cool. So these are metal wall arts. It's a 2-pack of metal wall arts. So I think it's just like a metal sheet, and then I can adhesive it to a wall, maybe? I don't know. That's cool. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, I don't think this Jesus. Brandon, over at EUFY, you did not need to send me everything that literally I've got a box here, this big box, and there's like 30 other things inside here. So there's some coasters in here. It looks like there's magnets. It looks like there's a tumbler, mugs that I have. Oh my goodness. A film. There's film, a 50-pack of film, replacement film. Way too cool. A stainless steel. Okay. That'll be cool. All right, that'll be really cool to print on. All right, I'm actually excited about that. I don't even have to screw up my tumbler. I can test it on this. Let's see what else is in here. Sorry. Oh. iPhone cases? Jesus. Okay, people. Okay, there's lots of iPhone cases in here. Lots of iPhone cases in there. More tumblers, and then more. Oh, and there's canvas wall packs. Okay, canvas wall pack, and then there's some more ceramic. What are these, more magnets in here? Jesus. Okay, there's lots of stuff in there. Okay, that is not what we're looking for. Okay, let's get into this. Sorry, everybody. Just making sure my address isn't flashing up here. Yeah, is it sponsored by Elegoo? It would be nice. I don't think Elegoo would sponsor this one, though. Elegoo sponsor video coming in this weekend, maybe Friday or Saturday. I've got a really cool project that I'm trying to wrap up. Should have the last set of prints for that. Okay, so this is, what am I looking at here? Is this all the same? This can't be all the same. Yeah, this can't be the same. Okay. Okay, so I think this and this are the same, so I'm going to put one of these down here. So this looks like it's the white and the gloss, and then the cleaner. Man, I'm honest, again, I'm pretty impressed with their, I was not expecting such nice packaging right out the gates here with this. Okay, yeah, so here is the cleaning cartridge. I don't know how we're going to use that. And then I've got a whole bunch of white here, and then I've got the gloss here. So I'm building a fort with all this packaging material in here. Okay, so let's do this, and then let's grab one of these. Let's see. They sent you to Hobby Lobby along with the printer. Yeah. I will not publicly promote Hobby Lobby. I've been to Hobby Lobby. I have a Hobby Lobby nearby. Not a huge fan. Also, can we talk about Hobby Lobby for 2 seconds? Why they don't have scanners? Come on. You gotta hand type in the pricing for everything? It's just, ugh. Okay, oh, here we go. All right, this is what I was looking for. All right, so those are all extra cartridges. This is what I'm looking for. This box has another cleaning cartridge, but this is the main one. So this has the C, the M, the Y, the K, the white, and the gloss. Okay. This is everything that I was looking for. Hi. Yeah. The packaging and unboxing experience so far. This is great so far. Okay. Everything's really nicely labeled. I'm digging the big, the clear instruction guide is also very handy. There's no other manual besides this as far as I've seen. So I'm assuming it's on the app or on their website if I need other details. But okay, install all 6 UV ink cartridges in the correct slots in order by color. A click sound indicates a successful installation. So in order by color. So I'm assuming that is, oh, I don't have to take that out? Oh, you just push that down. Okay. Empty ink cartridge. Replace before using. All right, so let's get the C. I'm assuming I'm going to go from left to right. It doesn't, I don't think it clarifies what direction I'm supposed to be going in with this. We'll see here. Okay. All right, let me show you. I'm going to get up close here with the ink cartridge just so you can see what this looks like. It does look like man, it smells like an ink cartridge. Is there like, hold on. Do I need special filtration for this? Filtration. Does anybody know about that? Hold on, I'm going to try. I've effectively boxed myself in with boxes back here. Hold on. So here's the, man, I'm so paranoid the ink's just gonna come pouring out of here. So here is just a close-up of one of the ink cases. So this is the C, and it's very similar to what you'd see on one of your ink cartridges for one of your desktop printers. So it looks like it's gonna puncture it somewhere in here to get the ink out. There's a little reader there as well. I'm assuming it's gonna indicate how full it is when it needs to be replaced, all that crazy stuff. I have no idea what the little tail is on the back here, but yeah, we'll rock and roll with this. Okay, just double checking. So the cartridges are not key to stop cross coloring. I don't know. Let's double check that. Hold on, what's it gonna do? C, and then there's M. I mean, it's all on the printer itself. It is color labeled as well. So again, I don't have the ink in there just yet. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to, I can't even see. I closed my monitor so I can't see what I'm doing here. Sorry. Let me flip that back around for me. And then, so it's got like a little blue sticker, the pink sticker for magenta. All right, so I'm gonna stick this in here. All right, I think that's That's in, and there's a LED, there's a light indicator as well. So this is blinking, or it was green for a second there. So it went from red to green, so I'm assuming that's good. We'll do the next one. Oh, shoot, I forgot to double check. I mean, they look the same. CMY, where's Y? Assuming there's yeah, I don't think there's any difference in the shape or anything like that of these, as far as I can tell. So it, you know, potential for you to stick the wrong color in the wrong slot, but I'm wondering if it's, you know, if the chip readers will warn you if it's in the wrong spot. All right, so Y. Oh my goodness. You know, it would have been smart for me to bring my garbage can not all the way over there, but over here. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so much to clean up after this. Okay, so K. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I didn't see any kind of. Yeah. You want me to Panda? Yeah, I will. You know what? For you, let's live a little dangerously here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is K. I'm not going to stick that in there. Let's stick the. So currently the slot is blinking red. I know you guys can't see this. So the K slot is blinking red. I'm going to open up the white container and stick that there and see what happens. It won't go in. So there is something. There's got to be some kind of keying difference there. It wouldn't let me stick that in. And then it turned, once I put K in, it turned green. So here I'm going to put white in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there is something on the cartridges to prevent you, it looks like, from inserting the wrong one into the wrong position, because it would not let me put the white into the K position. It would not let me depress it all of the way. Depress it? Is that a word? Is that a correct word? Am I using English correctly? Depress? Depress? Sure. Sounds right, right? We'll just run with that. All right, and then here is the gloss. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I now have. What am I supposed to do with these empty cartridges? Are you supposed to keep these? All right, I'm gonna keep the empty cartridges for now. Maybe it's for like storage. Maybe when you store it, you leave the empty cartridges there. Okay. So here we've got this. Install the cleaner cartridge in the correct orientation. So the cleaner cartridge goes on the opposite side. Yeah, Bama Brian, I'm not 100% sure what the empty cartridges are for. They, you know, I'm assuming it's maybe just for as it traveled with it. But I mean, there's springs and I mean, it's labeled as if it is okay. Oh, look it. Let me come in and show you something cool, because I figured it out. They are Panda. Very awesome question to ask me to take a look at, because, okay, let me adjust the let's see if I can brighten this up a little bit here. Okay, you can see where it's reading what colors what by this channel here is like, it looks like a number 1, and then this looks like a number 1, but there's a little, it comes off to the side a little bit, and then this looks like a number 1, but it's kind of in the middle. If it's not going to focus on my finger, there you go. So they all are slightly different, which is preventing it from preventing you from inserting these into the incorrect slot, which is kind of cool. So that is how it's managing that, or so I believe how it's managing that. That was an awesome call out to test, because that kind of makes it dummy proof or Uncle Jesse proof in a lot of cases. Shoot, I forgot to change the, hold on. Hold on, it's so super bright now. Hold on, let me change. I swear I know how to work my camera. There we go. Don't need it. Is that good? There we go. Okay, so now I need to, this is the jet clean. Man, this is, this is really good quality. Like, it feels like, whoa. Okay, there was a little note in here, horizontal, pull off, soft, latex protective cap. Okay, I need to pull those off. There's little rubber stoppers here that I had to pull off. I don't know if you guys will be able to see those or not. I can't see my camera screen. But those were on the little ports here. And then I can, shoot, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Oh my God, this is so heavy. That thing, again, it's got to weigh about 40 pounds. All right, so this clicks into place here on the side. Oh, hello. Okay, I think that's good sound. I think it might be, oh, ready? Okay, and then I need to put the filter in the back. So there is an air filter. I don't know what it's doing. So in the back of the printer, is it the back or is that the front? This is the front. Using both hands, hold the tags and push the air filter into place. Am I going crazy? Oh, there we go. Use the tags. Yeah, we're gonna stick that right in there like that. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, and then I can pull it out with the tabs. Okay, that's easy enough. And then this is, there's some pins here that it looks like it lock it into place in the lower corners, and then there's magnets along the perimeter for this front cover. So that just kind of snaps into place. Okay, now you're ready. Please download the EUFY Make app to complete the initial setup. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't know. Miner 3D, I don't know what my first make is going to be on it. Allow to connect. Oh my goodness. I have not used this app in a while. I haven't used my Anchor Makes in like a year. Okay. Oh, it was showing one of my last prints from like a year ago on here. Okay, so now I need to add the device here. Hold on. How do I add this device? Am I going crazy? Hold on. EP Man, how did you how did you do this? When I go into the app, it's just the 2 3D printers. Am I was assuming like I could scan a QR code, like I scan this QR code and it brings me into the existing app that I have. Check your email from EUFY Make. Oh. Thank you. Because, oh, yeah. Quick note, when you're setting up the printer, it'll ask you to create an account. Just make sure you use, oh, crap. I just read a message that said, it says, make sure I update. It's giving me a link to the quick start guide, which I think is this, but a digital version of it. And it says in bold letters, it says, make sure to not install new ink cartridges before updating the firmware. Okay. Quick start guide, May 20th. Please update the firmware and software. Okay, here we go. I got to download the test flight link. Yeah, there we go. Oops. Sorry, folks. This is, you know, super exciting stuff, I'm sure. I think I have test flight already on here. Test flight. Oh, I don't. Okay, I must have deleted it. All right, I need my code. Okay, we're having a problem. Let me check for my phone. Maybe do this from my phone. Sorry, everybody. This is, you know, getting this set up it's part of the process here. Quick start guide. Okay, here we go. Here's the quick start guide on my phone. Download test flight. There we go. Here we go. Install. Okay. Yeah, I just need to do it from my phone. Hey, everybody. Sorry. I will get back to the chat here so I can see you guys. Yeah, I'm downloading. I got everything going now. Thank you. It does kind of look like a microwave. Okay, so let's open this up. Next, I'm wondering if I should. EP Man, do you think should I remove the ink before updating this? Add printer, EUFY Make, wireless, Bluetooth. Oops, there we go. Press the button. All right, let me get this connected to the Wi-Fi. Oops. Sorry, folks. I'm just getting this all set up here. Oops, oop, oop. Okay, it's the passcode. All right, it's going to try to connect to my network. All right, cool. Thank you. Barbasno? Hello. Okay, the cleaning cartridge is full. Please replace it with a new one. What? I did just put a new one in there. Okay. Name your printer. Okay, this is going to be the EUFY Make printer E1 taco. Oh, well, let me put a taco emoji in there. Let's do, I'll just put UJ. I was going to try and break the app. You'll be fine, thanks. Oh, I need to reseat it? Reseat it? Okay, the clean cartridge is full. Please replace it with a new one. Okay, let me... Man, this has some nice sounding sound effects. Okay. All right, new firmware available. Let's update the firmware. Update. All right, so I'm going to update the firmware. Hopefully this doesn't take very long. And then let's hopefully get something printed on one of these little ceramic tiles that came with it. Man, the cleaning cartridge is full. Please replace it with a new one. Wonder if it's the firmware. While it's updating is like the challenge here. Yeah, Panda, that would be a really good call out. I'll mention that to my contact Brandon as well. I'm going to make a note of that, is to include a sticker. Do not install cartridges yet. EUFY feedback. Do not install cartridge till update. Okay, I'm just going to keep, I'm hoping it'll update it. Like it keeps prompting that message on the app here. It's at 16% as it's updating, 17%. So as that keeps popping up, I'm just going to ignore it for now. But very excited to do this. Like I've seen some really cool prints online from people. I'm on TikTok way too much, people, like on way too much. And I've seen so many people printing like just ridiculously cool little projects with this. And the level of like, what's really cool about it is that 3D texture effect that you can get with this. What's funny is they included, they sent me these metal plates, and my initial thought when I saw this for the first time was like, oh, this looks like that that company that makes those metal posters that have like raised art on them, a disc plate or something like that. So it's kind of funny that that I'll be able to make my own display. Ooh, oh my goodness. Oh man. Okay, let's turn the scan. Well, it's updating. It's got 24%, so I can chit chat with you guys for a few minutes here. I'm gonna try to not jack up my setup here as this. You're gonna have to ignore the mess, but I'm thinking with my metal plate, one of those metal plates, I'm gonna print that Spawn cover that I had originally done, that I had done a huge hue forge with, but I can do a metal poster version of it, which would be really cool to add to my little collection here that I have going. Sorry, I'm coming back in 2 seconds. Yeah. So this really does, like the technology. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm at 30%. I don't know if my network's slow or maybe it's because I'm streaming, or maybe it's just taking a while to do this. So here is, if you guys haven't seen it, I did a project, I think it was last year. So I did the huge Spawn 3D printed comic book cover. This is a hue forge print, and it's got raised texture to it. So this in essence, is very much what this machine can do, but at a much higher detail than what we can do here with a 3D printed EUFY. And this takes, even the small one here, I believe took, I think, a few hours to print. And something like this should be relatively quick on the EUFY Make to print. And it's just something that's kind of cool. It's going to be a different tech that I can play with and integrate into some of my projects, which will be a lot of fun to mess around with. All right, 38% here. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it's shutting. I think maybe it's just updating. All right, it's at 40%. Yeah, I'm definitely, oh, you can, 100% I'll be doing some Magneto stuff with this. That's without a doubt. Yeah. Can you take my CC off my hands? No, sorry. I love forget the whole, I have a massive relationship with Elegoo, but relationship aside, the CC is like, for $300, that is just a ridiculously awesome 3D printer. It's arguably, in my opinion, one of the best 3D printing deals and options that are out there. I just wish they could like ramp up the production even more than they have now to get orders out quick. I mean, they're already shipping, I think, orders in advance of what they had estimates for, which is good. And then I've seen people posting that like, oh, Micro Center has them. And so that people have been picking those up from their local Micro Centers, which is really cool. And I think Matter Hackers have them or had them, and they were just slightly more, I think it was like $325 versus a $300. So, but man, it's like just an awesome thing. AJLS. Actually, I was trying to have a K2 Plus video up this week, an update video, but I have, like, it went from, it prints PLA awesome. Like, I have almost no issues printing with PLA. I would say not no issues, because I have run into some recent issues printing multicolor with PLA where it's clogged up in the poop chute area for the multicolor. But I have been trying to print with PETG, and every time I've tried to print with it, it clogs. So it's currently clogged, and I've got to take apart the nozzle and a whole hot end and get that unclogged. And then the filament is stuck in the CFS unit, which is thankfully easier to access than the AMS from Bamboo to take apart. But it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, I've got to spend an hour here taking everything apart to clean it out so I can print with again. And at this point, I might just use the machine specifically for PLA. The last thing that I wanted to test with it was TPU. I was really hoping that I could do more PETG prints with it, but it's, again, every time I've tried printing with Creality, Elegoo, and Sunlu PETG, they've all clogged on the printer, unfortunately. But PLA, like, just prints, for the most part, really good. And it's just a really big, awesome printer. I just wish the slicer was better. Like, the biggest downfall of that print, I mean, aside from having some of the issues that I've run into, is the slicer. So even using, as far as I've seen from using the Orca slicer for it, it's still not as interconnected as it is if you use their own slicer. And that's unfortunate, because their slicer is just, it does not work. Maybe it's a Mac thing. I'll have to try it on my PC at home, but it just does not run well. Right now, there's no pan function. Like, I physically, on my MacBook, I cannot pan in their software, like in the 3D space, which is just painful. But other than that, I mean, it's a good, run out and buy the printer. But like, I get awesome prints off of it. Again, it's everything that I printed that have gotten really good prints off of have been in PLA. So it just drives me nuts. I don't print in ABS. Maybe I've got some ASA at home. Maybe I can put that in the what's it called? Heated box thing, filament dryer, and then print it on this and see how that runs. Overture PETG. I don't think I've ever used Overture PETG. Their Overture PLA is pretty nice. I don't think I've ever used their PETG. I'm a big, I still use PETG a lot. The new not Cookie CAD, not Printed Solid. Who just came out with a new high temp PLA? That stuff is really nice. I'm drawing a big blank here. Polymaker. Thank you. Yeah. Bama Bryant. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Bama Bryant. That's the high temp PLA. Yes. So that print's just awesome. And that I have an outdoor project. I'm battling geese for the past 15 years since moving back from New York City to Rochester. I have geese every year. Not like 4 geese or 10 geese. There's like 50 geese every year. And they poop everywhere. And it makes a huge mess. And it makes it so that you can't go in the backyard and enjoy my backyard. So I have a 3D printing project that I'm going to be using some of that filament for to battle the geese. And I'm hoping that it withstands the summer heat. So we'll see how that holds up once I get everything printed. I started designing some of the parts for it, but I haven't got everything. I even started printing on them. Oh yeah, Matt, that's a cool idea. I could split that up into, again, a bigger poster, a full-size poster. Cobra chickens? The heck are Cobra chickens? I've never even heard of a Cobra chicken before. I don't know what Cobra chickens are, but I tried my neighbor's zero-turn mower recently, and I just have a regular riding mower, like a big riding mower, and I tried his smaller zero-turn. It cuts faster than mine. I was able to cut my yard significantly faster, and what reminded me is the Cobra. I was like, oh my gosh, I want like a Cobra hiss tank. I want to get, like, would it be worthwhile for me to buy like an older zero turn and then 3D print a shell over top of it for my own Cobra hiss tank? Because it looks like while you're driving it, I feel like I'm driving in a tank, but minus the tread. Ooh. I could maybe, as it's rolling, the treads, it's like 3D printed treads, but it's really going on the wheels on the underside. That could kind of make it for a fun, big video. I'll have to think about that. A bird cannon. Ooh, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I do want to get a dog. A dog would definitely be the optimal solution for the geese. The problem is I can't have a dog that will actually touch the geese. I can do anything I want to get the geese off of my property according to New York State laws, but as long as I'm not physically touching them, I can do whatever I'd like. So that works. Yeah, a G.I. Joe hiss tank. Matt, that's exactly right. Wouldn't that be cool? Like I could buy, like I was like, oh man, if I could find an older zero turn. Like, I don't even need the mower. Oh, maybe it would have the mower function on it, and it would be my hiss tank lawnmower. And then I'm just 3D printing a shell that sits on top of the mower, and it looks like I'm driving a Cobra hiss tank. Oh my God, that would be so dumb. My wife would thoroughly kill me. All right, it is now, it's downloaded, and it's now installing. I did not think that it was going to take this long to do all of this. Hopefully, the installation will be quicker than it took to download. We'll see. Is anybody working on any cool projects? I would love to hear what some of the cool projects you guys are working on, because I am constantly noodling around on things like Reddit and Twitter and Facebook groups and in and out of Discord groups, checking out to see what other people are printing and making. A green laser pointer. Jeff, yeah, that's not a bad idea, laser pointer. I need like a auto monitoring type system. I was thinking like I could get a motion sensor in my yard and then on a string, like a zip line type thing from my house down to the lawn would be something that I could print, and it would like shoot down. It would detect it on the motion sensor, release it, and shoot down towards them, and then it would retract itself back out. That's a lot of electronics work that I know nothing about. Oh, case for your Beyblades. That's cool. Oh, here we go. Barbados, yeah. How do you like Shaper 3D is awesome. It's expensive, but awesome. It's like one of the coolest iPad app options that's out there. Okay. After reaching 100%, the device will automatically restart. Do not interrupt this process. Noted. That's not like the issue. AJLS, yeah. I'm assuming you're talking about the K2 Plus. I would say it really depends on what you're wanting to print with. I've had for the most part, really good success with PLA. Again, haven't had much success with PETG. I haven't tried TPU yet, and now that I was just talking about it, I'll look into some ASA. But I have, hold on, I'll show you. I'll bring it over here. On Instagram and TikTok, I was showing off, I was printing a multicolor Daredevil. I mean, it's just two colors, but it's a Daredevil bust, and it's pretty cool. The details on it, like it prints, it looks really clean. Like it prints really clean when it works properly. Unfortunately, I had multiple failures with it either shifting colors here with this one, from the skin tone to the red, or the poop chute was backing up, which based on a bunch of people in their Discord, it sounds like it's a semi-common issue, and some people have mentioned that they've like lubed up the poop chute, and that's helped a bunch. Okay, my printer is now active. Next, I've named my printer. Inkjet, ink, test print. Okay, cool. Total time. All right, I've got 20. It says 20 minutes. It's going to do some calibrating. I don't know if I was supposed to install this yet or not on that. Oh, adhesive mat? That's, shoot. Okay, it's checking the flatbed. Oh, cool. There is a camera in here as well, apparently, so I can like line up things, images to the object that I have placed in there. So this is the default. That's right. This is the default really thin bed or this is the mat that goes in here. So, oh, so yeah, so it's detected that there's no mat. So I need to install the mat. Do not remove before print. Okay. So I guess I need to take. There's nothing in the instructions about this, by the way. So I'm going to leave this on and install this here like so. Cool. That went on very easily. All right, the white piece of paper says, do not remove before printing test. So I'm assuming that's what it's looking for. So I'm going to retry because it failed that check right there. I'm excited to see how this all goes. Oh, did you remove the paper? Yeah, leave the paper on the mat. Okay, good. Yeah, I left it on there. I saw the note that says leave the paper on. It says do not remove before the test. Oh, wow. Okay, did all those other tests like super quick right there. All right, so here, injecting ink. This takes about 15 minutes. You can explore other pages while the process is ongoing. I don't know. Welcome to the, that's the Anchor Make M5. Okay. So there's like a little progress, but you guys are probably not gonna be able to see that very well. There's a little progress bar showing me how the installation's going. It looks like there's the ink management, so I can see the ink levels. There is nozzle cleaning. There's a flash cleaning, a clean function, and a deep clean function. There are diagnostics, calibration, and maintenance. There's a link to the official store, warranty information, settings, firmware version, all sorts of stuff in this. Inspirations. Oh, cool. Oh, great. So this is the smelly part. Okay. Am I supposed to leave the EP man? EBP man? Am I supposed to leave the paper on there still, or take that off at this point? Oh yeah, I see the Jeffrey. I see. Yeah, there's this switch right here. I'm assuming that was like, so you can take that out and then place it back on there, or swap it out. I'm guessing with the bigger bed, if you have that. So they do have, oh, let me come over here while it's doing its little check. It's kind of like, you know, some of the other 3D apps. So here I've got my device information here. It's got its main, shoot, let's see if I can do this. It's a little easier for you guys to see. So it's got the progress of the current project, CMYK colors, cleaning, all this other stuff. Down here is inspirations. So I'm assuming these are all things that I can click on and then potentially go and try and print. So motorcycle sticker helmets, custom iPhone cases, that'll be fun. I'm sure my wife will want me to print her an iPhone case of some kind. As you can see, I run a naked iPhone. I thought this would be a great idea to run a naked iPhone and not use a case, and you can see where I've dropped it and banged it up. The screen, fantastic. No busted up screen yet or anything like that, but the back, I've definitely banged this up a bit on the back here. This is, I think, an iPhone 15, so about a year and a half, 2 years old. Yeah, so there's some inspiration stuff, and then let's see, create. So here, if I wanted to make new designs, there. Oh yeah, I did see this, that they have a whole bunch of AI functionality baked into this. So I can upload an image, and then it will use the AI artwork to, you know, do its thing, which fortunately, unfortunately, is becoming more and more popular these days, depending on how you look at it, I guess. Okay, take it off when it's doing when it's done doing a print test. Okay, not before the pattern. Okay, wait for the pattern to print on it. Melt. Dude, you know, I don't know, you know, yeah. Can you use a regular laminator instead of buying theirs? I've not tested it, but some say yes. Oh yeah, you're right. I could just directly print on the back of my phone and it would cover up everything. You know, it's just dumb enough of an idea for something like that I would be interested in doing, to be honest. All right, my brightness, my camera. One of these days, I will actually set up the dedicated streaming cameras. I bought some cheaper Sony cameras to use as dedicated streaming cameras. I used them once and I had lots of issues and I haven't used them since. Let's see. Okay. After you do the print test, the camera calibration, do not remove it until it's done. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Panda, I'm not fond of Apple Intelligence. I mean, it's probably the worst out of all of them at this point. I mean, that and Alexa are pretty bad. Siri is like, oh, don't. I was like, yeah, here we go. I battle with Siri constantly. Oh no, did you get a black screen? I did have a, like, I forgot to bring the Osmo Pocket 3. I was going to have the Osmo Pocket 3 over here as a second camera that I could follow around and use to just get up closer with. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring it over. So I was using it to record some other stuff that I was printing. Oh, I closed my phone. Let's see. All right. It's 58% done with this part of the test. There are also notifications, printer notifications. So it looks like it's giving me some notifications of some of the updates that it's performed, or I don't know. Yeah, Sunbound, are you talking about the internal camera here? I've wondered about like how good that camera is going to be for lining up and positioning things. I guess it's going to be part of the testing process here. Also, was I guess some of the I guess that's what you have the print sheets for, is kind of like the overspray that can occur on this. I am very interested in, for some of the 3D printing projects, I guess, you know, the limitation, the big limitation that I see with this is you're going to have to figure out how to get the item to lay as flat as possible for this to print on it. So like one of the other people did, had some kind of a jig that they made. Again, depending on what you're printing, like I can't fit a helmet in here to print an emblem on the helmet. I'd have to print it separately and attach it to that part potentially. So far, like, how's the smell so far? I honestly can't tell. Is that bad? Like, I feel like like there is a bit of a smell that I'm smelling, but it's not overbearing or overpowerful or anything like that. I'm also not feeling lightheaded or nauseous from it. And I don't have my air purifier even up there. I haven't done any resin printing lately. I've got a big resin print that I'm starting tomorrow that I need to finish getting prepped tonight so that I can come back here tomorrow, and I've got to get my air purifier back set up and running over here. But that'll be helpful with this, I'm assuming, when this is up and printing. Oh, I can do a sticker. Okay. Yeah. Like, I do feel like there is a lot of potential for printing on, like, I feel like the whole Lego aspect of this is going to be pretty wild for a lot of people. It's just a really creative option that I feel like a lot of people, I mean, I just finished building the Avengers Tower, a month and a half ago, and it would be really cool to make some custom cracked bricks or, you know, tile pieces that you could then place on there. Even, you know what would be kind of cool is, could you, in theory, print, like, because it can print that 3D texture, like, could you print the little attachment parts onto a flat object? So not print a full brick, but just the little attachment parts, so that, like, let's say a Lego person's foot could click into, I don't know if it's high enough that it would be able to print on top of itself with. Text my wife. Okay, sorry. Yeah, up to 5 millimeters high. Thank you. Yeah, just like a stud. Yeah, just a little raised bit of a Lego brick. Can't believe I don't have a Lego sitting right here. Whoops. Okay, it's at 61%. Matt, have I seen the Sentinel from Toymaker 3, or did I immediately go out and buy the files as soon as he posted about them? Because you can, with 100% certainty, guarantee that within the next month-ish or so, you will be seeing a video on me printing the Sentinel, the not Sentinel from Toymaker 3D. It is so awesome. It is so awesome. And my thought process is, I need to try and figure out the scaling of that Sentinel to match my HasLab Sentinel, so that I can do like a side-by-side comparison between the two Sentinels, which would be really cool. I'm still trying to get my hands. I'm kicking myself that I never got the HasLab Galactus, and there was a few that popped up. One was in Buffalo, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't try and get it from the guy. And then everything I've seen on eBay now is the prices of just, like, the movie's coming out. So once the movie comes out, it's just going to jump up in price even further. Okay. Thank you. I will leave that on. It needs to stay connected to power when not in use. Okay, cool. Okay. That is good to know. Ever so often to prevent clogs. All right, so what I'll end up doing is I'm gonna clear some space on one of my shelves here then, and get a little dedicated spot up and running for this so that it can permanently be situated. This is going to be a fun little tool to play around. And then the other thing that I know some people are already working on for this are third-party accessories are already in the works for this machine, which is just wild. Like, that's an awesome, again, like, anytime it makes perfect sense to me, like, you see someone like Bamboo Lab making things for their printers, and the success behind those, a really awesome area for businesses or individuals to focus on are accessories for products like these. And this is going to be no exception. Like, I cannot understate how insane this Kickstarter campaign is. It's almost 34 million and backing? That is just, like, it's ridiculous. It is just crazy how much of a desire there was for something like this out there. I would have never in a million years, I mean, not in a million years, but would never have guessed that it would have gotten that exciting or that have done that well. But I guess it's, again, it's a desktop version of these ginormous machines that we now are, like, I mentioned it earlier in the very beginning. Since this came out, I've literally had 2 or 3 other manufacturers reaching out about their UV printers and sending me one, but they're these huge machines. It looks like it's the size of this table here. And I'm like, I don't know where I'd put that, let alone what I'd print on that. Like this, I could see very much working with on a regular basis with different projects or coming up with things to print with and trying to sell and market on things like Etsy or, again, like little maker fairs locally. But a ginormous machine, I feel like I would need a dedicated business venture for something with the size of those. It's Pan, I believe it is doing, like, it's regularly doing, like, yeah, it's it's I think, yeah, regularly running the inks or running those cleaning jobs. Very cool. There's a lot of crazy tech packed into this. So, all right, we are at 69%. By the way, I don't know, you're probably not supposed to go up and smell it, but just to give you guys a, I can smell it from here now. I can smell the resin. It's not as strong. It's nowhere near as strong as some of the 3D printing resin smell that I've worked with in the past. So they call it spitting. Well, that's, you know, it's a term I'll have to learn to adopt here. I'm gonna spit to keep it wet, you know? Just keep spitting on it to keep it a little wet, that's all. Yeah. Yeah, that is what Jeffrey's mentioning is, that is one thing that I've heard is that they're continuing to, like, look at this and work on it. Is there, by the way, is there, oh, thanks, man. Hey, thanks for hanging out and appreciate all the help with this. So, but like, I'm interested to see, actually, sorry, I forgot to look at the quick start guide, update the firmware. Okay, yeah, there is a desktop. I was like, is there just a phone, like an Android and an iPhone version that we were working from, or is there going to be a desktop app? Yeah, there is a desktop app. I'm downloading the desktop app right now. Printing workflow. Oh, cool. Okay. So they did, I've got access to, I don't know if these are on the Kickstarter campaign or not. Sorry, I'm just looking. I don't think they're on. Yeah, it's not on the campaign. They emailed me. I've got access to, via Google Drive, a bunch of different videos that looks like it walks through this initial setup, printing on the flatbed, the rotary tutorial, how to make the stickers, and then how to do the 3D texture. So I'm gonna, after we do the little test here this evening, I'll start watching some of these videos that they sent along so that I can do some more updates on printing some of the other stuff. But I'm really excited to, you know, I've got my Yeti at home. They sent me one of these, you know, a bajillion of their accessories that they offer, which is awesome. So I'll be excited to try and test print on some of these, but I have like a bright orange Yeti that I print, that I drink from every day, water out of. So it would be fun to put an Uncle Jessy logo on there, or just have that loaded up on there. I'm all about the big vibrant colors because if I have like a black coffee cup, I'll sit it down in here and then I'll walk away for 20 minutes and then come back and I can't see it. But if I have the bright orange or bright green coffee cup, I'll immediately be able to spot it wherever I am. Let me go back to the stream comments. Oh yeah, you think? All right, well, I'll definitely see if, yeah, I could use I could make the sticker with it. Oh, Vanox Props. What's up, dude? Thank you for hanging out here. Yeah, I'm really excited to test this out. Like, it looks like it's like a really, something different that, you know, it did feel like a mix between like I just got a Cricut. I mentioned that earlier. I have not used that yet. It feels like a much more in-depth version of a Cricut, but also like, it's like just some of these craft fair stuff that you see people producing. This would be such an awesome tool to help make some of these pieces, or just further enhance some of the projects that I'm working on. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, okay. So it can't be, oh yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll have to see that fit. Maybe, yeah, and my Yeti is, I've got a big, and it's not like my kids have the smaller Yetis, they're water bottle. Mine's like, it's the ginormous one, so. Oh, sorry, but it's not the tape, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like a, you know, it's all one size cylinder. It's not the taper. I don't know, you know. Yeah, I've still got to get my Cricut set up. Yeah, so it did. Here is I'll come in close since this is still doing its thing. So they did send me the rotary attachment here that goes on the inside, and it's going to be kind of hard to see that. I'm sure they've got it on their page, but you'll see here where it looks like it will take. So here, this cup has a taper to it, so it automatically tries to adjust it so that it is flat and level for the printing process, and then it'll print directly on top of that, which is pretty cool. I wonder, oh, and you can do the 3D texture directly on that surface. So that'll be pretty, that'd be kind of cool. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's see. 70%. Man, this is taking forever. Mr. Bananas. That's cool to hear. Beer Medic, yeah. I was literally planning on using my Cricut for very similar to this, but before I was aware of what this was, for like creating stickers and other things that I can then apply to a lot of my projects, or just making my own custom set of stickers for random things, and then decals and that sort of thing. So we'll see. I, again, still have not broken that out yet. Oh. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it might be, mine might be too, I see what you're saying. It might be too wide for it to actually compensate or even to fit in there. It did the firmware update, so it finished the firmware update. It's running the ink cartridge. It's doing the ink injection, it's saying. It's part of the device initialization. Ensure the flatbed is installed. Oh, there's like individual steps on here. Shoot, I didn't realize that. So, ensure the flatbed, the adhesive mat is attached to the flatbed. But keep the upper white. And it says, oh, so there is a step-by-step. Because before I was saying, oh, there's nothing on here that says I need to keep to do this. And there is like a step-by-step on this. Oh my gosh, was this waiting on me? I think this might have been waiting on me, everybody. Oh my gosh, okay. There might need to be like a better indicator on the app that you have something that you need to interact with here, because it said it was 70% complete. Now it's doing the test print right now. But it was just sitting there at 70%, and I saw that it was like, I could click into it and look at it for more information. All right, it's doing a test print now, and it says it'll take about 2 minutes. Jesus, okay. If you don't want to ruin the print bed, use painter's tape. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, thank you. I will, I have some sticky mats back at my house, and then painter's tape sounds like an awesome way to do. Yeah, another UJ fail. Yes, agree. That's 99% completed now. God, I can't believe that. Okay, cool. It ran a little color verification. Hold on. It wants me to double check the results. It gives you a visual, oh, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Gives you a visual of what the good, it should look like versus if it needs cleaning. Mine looks like this here. So I think we're good. I'll do a little shimmy up here to see if we can, oh my gosh, it's so bright. So here we go. That's good. Stick this back on, and then we'll go to the next, proceed to the next step. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, yes, it's good. All right, now it says calibrating the camera. Says this takes about 10 minutes. That's a good question if you could clean up the overspray with IPA. Sunbound, yeah. I still have some large rolls of blue painter's tape. That was, you know, if it worked, it worked. And it worked great on so many print beds. Yeah, it's a UV resin ink. So it's not just normal printer ink, like ink cartridge ink. It's at 57%, 60% for the calibrating of the camera. I probably shouldn't be looking at that without the glasses on. Sunbound, do they have, they don't have 3M at Harbor Freight, right? It's that like, it's the cheaper painter's tape, right? Yeah, I'm assuming the door can be open for all of this. I don't remember seeing anything about it not having the door open. Dude, painter's tape is, honestly, it's a lifesaver sometimes. Oh, hello. Congrats. Your device is ready to use. Now you can tear off the upper film on the mat and start printing. Oh, oh, oh. So this little mat here has like a little sticky texture to it, which is cool. All right, so let's do print your first 3D texture project. Choose a fridge magnet design to start. My son likes cats, so I'm gonna choose. It's got a cat, a moon, a New York, a Lady Liberty, a funky little piece of art, a cool dragon. I'm gonna do the cat and start. Place the material magnet on the adhesive mat with the printing side face upwards. Okay. Snapshot. Tap snapshot to capture a photo of what's on the print bed, and then drag your design to the position you want to print at. All right, so it's gonna triangulate, it looks like, here. Hey, Jeffrey, thank you so much for all the feedback and input on this. Appreciate it. Oh, Cage, thank you so much. I'm going to, in fact, take a screenshot of your comment so I can look this up. I'm always looking for, you know, if I can save a little money here and there, or, you know, I'm going to do that. So thank you. I will look into the Scalene sticky silicone mat. I have a sticky silicone mat at home, but I don't know if it's like, it might be too thick. It's, I'll see what this is. Stuart, sorry, man. Such a diverse location. Yeah, Donald, I'll let you know here in just a second while it's printing. Okay, so here I need to drag your design to the position. How am I supposed to? Oh, I see. Oh, and then I can rotate it here. Okay. All right, I think I got it. I got it lined up. I'll show you guys on this so you can see what I'm doing on the app. So here is here's the cat. Here's the camera. It did a scan of the object on there, and I didn't have it set in there perfectly straight. So I used the rotate function to line this up with the object there, the magnet, and then I can hit start print. We're just gonna run with whatever the default is here and see how this goes. Boom. Oh, okay, I gotta hit the start button. Okay. Yeah, exactly. This is. I could see this being one of these things where I end up using this like for a whole bunch of different projects, or just making a whole bunch of different set of things that I normally wouldn't have gotten into making, but now that I have the tool, it's one of those. It's another rabbit hole for me to go down. Oh. And it should be doing, I believe this said it was a 3, it's not just going to be flat, it should have a bit of a 3D texture to it. So hopefully this doesn't take more than 20 minutes because I have to get home to get my kid to bed. And then I got to get ready to play some video games. Well, actually I have to start up some more prints. I got one last set of prints. I should have a video up hopefully Friday, or not on this, on another project. But I've been doing a bunch of printing for this next project, and I've got one last set of prints that I need to run this evening that I don't think will take, actually one will take a long while to print, but let me do this. The UV light is going in there. So it does come with a protective. Does have protective glasses on here. So I can try to. Am I supposed to have the door? Like, is this supposed to be fully closed while it's printing? No, right? I don't think so. No, it can't because it has the larger bed in there. Man, this makes it look like everything. It's like my space is super sunny. I need this filter on my eyes permanently right here. This will take about 5 to 7 minutes. Awesome. Thank you, Donald. Yeah, this is, it's by no means is this cheap, but if, like other people have said in the comments here, if this is something that you're not as necessarily as a hobby, but if you're planning on using this to print and sell things, I feel like, again, like other people have said, this will easily make its money back in no time with how unique this is. Oh, closed if you have the short bed, open if you have the long bed. Okay, so I will close this. I mean, it didn't prompt me or anything like that. Oh, the filter only works with the door closed. Okay, thank you. By the way, the I'm not smell like the UV resin smell isn't any stronger than when it was doing the calibration previously. I'm probably not the best gauge for resin smell with my heavy usage of resin over the years. But again, this is nowhere near as strong as some of the resins that I've worked with where I feel like I have to fumigate my space or, you know, I have filters that I can have up and running or fans that will exhaust fans. This isn't bad at all. Yeah, thank you so much, Aaron. You're right. Yeah, the UV light in there. You definitely don't want to be looking at that with the direct. That's why I peeked my eyes in there and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pop these glasses on when looking in there. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm like killed my senses from it, but I will say the isopropyl alcohol way stronger than whatever I'm smelling right now. Hey, Stuart, no worries. Thank you. Yeah, you're gonna like again the. Oops, sorry, I'm playing with the microphone there. Like for PLA, I've had awesome. It prints fast and it's big. Like if you need a big machine, it's really good. It's for big PLA prints, I would say, really good and it's fast. And make sure, like, use the Creality slicer, but you're going to want to cut over to Orca slicer for sure. PCP or PCPC now? PCPC now? PCPC now? That's a very good question. Okay, no, it is not. EUFY has said that directly. So, is it safe? Yes, it is. It's okay for skin after it's cured? Ah, okay. All right, yeah. Joe, I saw your comment there. How hard is it to take a picture and turn it into a print file? I believe here on the app, there is a create function, and then I can print a photo. There's a print photo option. So if I come into this, yeah, it's going to access, it wants to access my photo library and my camera. So I could take one of my photos of my kids and easily line that up and print that here on this, which would be pretty cool. So here, actually, I'm not going to do that. I will, I was going to try and find a fun, a fun photo here of the, yeah, so here, I have a photo that I took from my phone, and I could then line this up. It would have to do the flat, it would have to scan the flatbed, and then I would line this up to whatever the object is that I was looking to have it printed on. And then I could scale it up, scale it down. I can rotate it around here. I'm not sure. I'll have to watch the video that they sent over on, oh yeah, so there's some AI functions down here to, like, I'm guessing if I wanted to remove stuff or remove the background. If I wanted to upscale it. I was gonna say, I'm not sure how it determines, like, the 3D texturing, the raised versus how much 3D texturing to do. Only exit. Let's see. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they're saying conflicting. They say prolonged contact is unsafe, but what is prolonged exactly? And then why do they include a phone case if you shouldn't be touching it after it's printed? Oh yeah, how's the print percentage? Thank you. It is currently at 24% done printing the cat on one of these blank tiles that it came with. Also, make sure I will definitely be doing some updates, posting some updates over on Instagram, all the socials, basically. TikTok, all that fun stuff with some of these. Okay, I have to generate a, you have to generate or import a depth map. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to watch some of that. Yeah, it says SJR1 Productions. They sent me somewhere in this, oh my gosh, they sent me a huge box of all sorts of stuff that I can print on. There is coffee mugs in here. So, to answer your question, yes. Hold on. Travel, yeah, so here's the little mugs. Skinny tumblers. Oh my gosh. Magnet tiles. More magnet tiles. Jeez. But they show on the tumbler, on the rotary, they show a regular coffee mug with a handle on it. So I'm assuming that would fit in. I'll give that a try. I've got a whole bunch of coffee mugs at home that I wouldn't mind trying to print out. Was the time estimate accurate of 7 minutes? It actually doesn't give me a time estimate at all on this. It's just giving me a percentage of how long this has taken to print. There's no time indication on this whatsoever of how long is left for this to print. Donald, thanks. So they do have an AI assistant that will generate that, help generate the texture, the 3D texture. Okay. Yeah, yeah, sunbound. So, yeah, I would assume that's correct. Like, you couldn't do a full wrap of a coffee cup that has a handle. I'm assuming just like on the fronts or on one side of it where it would have that in place. Resin forge. By the way, did anybody see the leak that was posted online of the new the next bamboo printer? It looked like the H2D but minus the I think the dual tool head and all the other stuff. Or sorry, it was the larger version. I think it said 350. And then I saw a bunch of people saying it was probably an AI generated image as well. Is not safe. Okay. Okay. So it's just not food safe. Yeah, I don't know. Folks, I'll reach out to my contact as well just to get some clarification on it. Because I would be interested as well. Because I, you know, if I'm printing something and I'm giving it to my kid, I don't know if I necessarily want them to be. If they're not supposed to be handling it, that's not a great thing. Yeah, yeah, the resin forge with the A1 print head. Yeah. Here's a fun fact. I still have not opened my H2D that I bought. that I bought day one that I've had for what, a month and a half now? I still have not unboxed that yet. I'm gonna definitely be getting on that here soon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to wear. I agreed. I am also very interested in potentially using this to sell things to people. Like this is a right here. What they included as a test part for that, I believe this comes with all of them, is the 3 little tiled, little magnet ceramic tiles here. Is a perfect example of something that would be great to print on and sell. Because people, like, there's custom magnets for every kind of unique design. Schools, like if your local schools, my folks I know work in the school districts, and coming up with unique gift ideas for either staff or students is always a struggle. So something like this could be an awesome way just locally for you to be able to print and come up with something that's you can print and profit off of potentially. I know somebody. I know. It's I buy a lot. I'm really bad with tech and buying stuff for the intending on making and showing videos with it and then not doing what I intended to do with it. I will get the H2D up and like there's inevitable. I will get that up and running. Oh, let me see. It's making noise here. Okay, it went from 30% to 50%. It's okay. It's still going. The other thing, one thing I haven't mentioned, it is very quiet. Like, I don't know if you can hear it printing. There's a fan that's running that's probably louder than the actual motor mechanism of the printer itself. Yeah, happy extruder. Yeah, exactly. That is. Yeah, I mean, it is the concern. Obviously, I don't think anything like I wouldn't even recommend like a regular 3D printer putting that stuff in your mouth. But definitely like handling something, some kind of a fidget. Oh man, someone who was just telling me that fidget spinners were making a comeback. Who was just telling me that? I can't remember who was just telling me that. And that I needed to start. Oh, sorry, it was one of my buddies. It was like, oh, his kids, were asking about fidget spinners, and that their school, like the kids at school, are interested in fidget spinners again. And he was like, oh, you got to get on that. You got to get on and start making fidget spinners again, like unique fidget spinners. This would be another cool way to make, you know, stylized and uniquely made fidget spinners that you could market. Oh, I didn't even know. Are there even, I don't have to, I'll have to, like, again, I have not dug in. I've not done the proper amount of research before this. I just literally went into this blind. I don't know if there are print speed settings that I can, like, print faster than other stuff. Like, I don't know. Oh, cool. There's AI settings in here. It sounds like I can potentially turn off the AI if I wanted to. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it's, I haven't even opened the, let me show you. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So they sent me the large bed. It's just a really large bed. And it looks like it's a, you know, like a print bed mechanism where it's going to roll back and forth here. So you can print some big things on this. I don't know, you know, in theory, what kind of mods you could do for this. I'm sure people are going to come up with printable mods for this machine, without a doubt, like jigs or, you know, things that you can print for this. Oh, here's the sticker. This is a really big sticker. Bed option for it. But it could be, you know, pretty interesting with some of the ways that people are going to come up with using this. It is definitely going to be interesting just to see. I mean, I'm already, just from seeing people on like TikTok and Instagram with the different posts that pop up. Oh, it's just finished. What kind of stuff they're creating with these and what kind of materials they're printing on. Not just, you know, little tiles here. Oh, that is cool. That is so cool. Okay. Okay, there's definitely overspray. There is definitely overspray on this. There's definitely a raised textured overspray on this. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to shoot. Okay, it says the print time, it took 18 minutes and 14 seconds for this to print. How would you rate this? Okay. Let me show you guys the results. This is pretty cool. I don't know, like, if I'm supposed to let this, I can't imagine you're supposed to let it sit for, that is super cool. And it is slightly raised. Like you can see here, the ears are raised, the eyes are inset in the head, the nose and mouth are raised up. This is really cool. Honestly, I'm super impressed with his first print. This is going to be really fun to play around with and start incorporating on. You can 1,000% guarantee that I'm going to be printing and testing this out on different 3D printed materials as well, and different 3D printed surfaces. This is just, it's like a really cool, honestly, I'm kind of impressed. Not kind of impressed. I mean, I'm like, my expectations have been exceeded with this by, like, I'm kind of blown away with how detailed this is and the texture off of it. It's super cool. Yeah, exactly. New business cards. Yeah, I don't remember if it said 7 minutes. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look at it. But yeah, I do wish that while it was printing, it gave you what the timetable was and how much time was left for this to print. Oh, by the way, this is not, I'm playing with it right here, and it's, I guess a little bit of the ink, the dark ink. No, never mind. I think my hands are just a little dirty. Yeah, I think my hands are just a little dirty. I'm not like this, the print isn't coming off of this either. It's really well ingrained on the surface of this. That is really cool. And then it'd be kind of like, it'd be interesting to see if you, like, how much effort would it take you to fully do all of the sides. Also, my dad, I'm 100%, my dad is a retired, but now does like modern art and is an amazing artist, just making these really abstract art pieces. And I'm gonna try and print one of his art pieces and have it raised and textured just like his. He does like very textured, you're meant to like touch his paintings. They're very touch friendly, so to speak. Here's speaking of the lithophanes and hue forges, they did include, like, they sent me a light art painting box. So it literally is just like a lithophane that you could print on here and then have a light backing it to have that glowing. Be very cool. I'm going to definitely be playing around with this. I unfortunately need to get home. It's 9:30. I got to get my kid ready for bed for school tomorrow. I got my first print off of the EUFY Make E1 done. I've got a link down below to it. It is not an affiliate link or anything like that. This is not sponsored. They haven't asked me to do any videos or anything like that. They just were like, hey, would you be interested in playing around with it? And I have a very specific project in mind. It is such a cool idea that I don't think I've seen anyone do yet in terms of 3D printing and this type of machine. So stay tuned. I will hopefully have that done in the next week or two. And it's going to be a combination of 3D printing and using this to create a really cool illusion effect. So I'll leave it at that. But hey, I just want to say thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in and hanging out here on a Wednesday evening. This was like a spur of the moment live stream. And I will definitely be posting more on my social media accounts as I'm continuing to play with this. I'm going to be reaching out to my contact at EUFY to ask, again, clarification on like handling and safety concerns with the UV stuff, especially with printing. And like, again, I want to make sure that if I'm selling something and giving it to someone, that they're going to be okay with this. Obviously, I don't think anybody's going to be sticking a magnet in their mouth, but you know, one of those warnings that I'm going to need to be able to call out. Cool. But if you guys have any questions, I'll be trying to monitor the comments here over the next few days. And then I'll be posting again over on the socials some of the different things that I'm printing. I am like 100% gonna go and reprint. This is the Hue Forge Spawn cover, the smaller version of the massive poster that I 3D printed off the Giga. I will be 100% reprinting this on one of these metal plates here that they sent me and seeing how that turns out. So that should be a lot of fun. Hey, everybody, thanks again. I got a jet. Thanks again for hanging out. And yeah, we'll be talking soon. Hey, good night, everybody. And I always forget how to cancel.